It's starting. We're doing leap pad phonics. Hey guys, good morning. It's been a little bit of a morning so far. We woke up and our AC is not working. Perfect. It's like 80 degrees in the house, which for some of you is probably not even that hot, but we normally keep it about 74. So it is noticeably hot. Noticeably hot. So even cooking breakfast is a little bit of a chore. The big girls already ate. They were up a little bit early. They actually each did a subject before we were even up and out of bed and ready for their Zooms. So that was perfect. They had their breakfast. So I'm making some migas slash chilaquiles for myself and for Andres and for Autumn. Autumn's watching the Leap Pad Phonics ABC. Leap Pad put Letter Factory, Number Factory, and the Phonics up on Netflix, which is awesome. And we do have ABC Mouse for her, which is great. So this morning I had her work on, I think she ended up doing 8 pages of her big preschool book, and it was like reviewing her letters, coloring, staying in lines, tracing, seek and find, matching the uppercase to the lowercase letters, stuff like that, which is great. So now she's watching a little bit of that. Maddie is doing her math. Emmy is upstairs in her room doing her Zoom, because her Zoom is a little harder to keep everyone quiet because they have to stay unmuted. Like her teacher does not want to wait for them to unmute themselves, which is understandable. 5th graders should be expected to sit and be quiet. Maddie's has to stay on mute because they're not expected to sit and be quiet. But Emmy has to stay unmuted. So if we have like Everly in the background, Everly's actually taking a nap right now, but if we have her in the background or whatever, it's really hard for Emmy to focus and the sounds play over. So she's been doing her Zooms with her Chromebook upstairs in her room, and then she comes back down to do her work. So she's doing that right now. The house is a wreck. I don't know what we've been doing the last few days, but it's a wreck. There's stuff everywhere. The floor really needs to be swept and mopped. Kitchen needs a spruce up. So we're gonna work on that while they're doing their work. So we have had a morning so far. It's been a little cray. I was going to straighten my hair today, and you can see I'm glistening because it's hot in here. I don't know how people do it that don't have AC. We normally don't keep our house like super cold. 74, 75 is usually about what we do. For some people, like my mom keeps her house at 70. So my best friend Bia keeps her house at like 69 in the summertime. So I feel like, I guess in comparison to some people, we don't keep our house super cold, but it's cool enough. But oh my gosh, it's freaking hot in here. It's so hot. Thank goodness I'm drinking iced coffee. Which, by the way, I just washed and reused the lid. I hand washed it. So hopefully it's fine. We'll see. I'm gonna see what you guys do and kind of go from there. If I have to keep buying them, I keep buying them. I would really like to find a reusable one that has a very similar opening, and I have yet to find one, so we'll see. Anyway, we have the AC guy coming out. Hopefully we don't need like a new system or anything like that. They just did a service, like a maintenance on the AC, and added Freon like a month and a half ago, maybe like a month to 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. Not that, I feel like it was, yeah, it was definitely during quarantine, because I remember him coming in with like a face mask and a shield and everything. It was probably a month or 2 ago, but anyway, they came and he added the Freon and everything, and it was like our yearly checkup. We have a plan with an AC service company, and everything, he said everything looked good, but clearly not. It's not frozen, it's not leaking. We're not sure what's going on. So they should be here in a little while to fix that. Mila has a vet appointment at 2, and my grandma's reverse osmosis that Andres installed for her is leaking. So it's been a morning so far. And Andres is backwashing the pool because something about the skimmer, I just had to order some skimmer socks for him or something on Amazon. I don't know. It's been a crazy morning. So yeah, luckily we're done with school. All I have to do, I turned in all of Maddie's stuff. Maddie's been done for about an hour. Emmy just finished, which is great because it's just now lunchtime. I have to figure out what to make them. And I just need to turn in her, she's actually getting good about taking pictures and stuff. She's learning very quickly, which is awesome. So yeah, and I brushed Lola's teeth. This is the one that the vet recommended, Arm & Hammer. This one's specifically for cats, and she hated it. So it's been a great day. Got a couple things knocked off the list. The AC guy came, something about a compressor, something. $250 later, it's fixed. Could have been a lot worse for sure. So I'm grateful it was only whatever that thing was that he needed. We do have a plan or something. It's like a insurance plan. It's only like $15 a month, and whenever they come out, it's always a free service call, which a lot of places do that. I feel like if you have a service call, even if it's like $50 or $100, when they come out, if you end up getting whatever they're telling you, a lot of times they will apply that towards the bill. But I pay it anyway, and they'll come out anytime, 24/7, if we're having an AC issue for free. Like, we just called them this morning and they had already come out by 1 o'clock. So that was great. They don't charge installation fee, they only charge us for the part. So that's pretty awesome. And then we got a discount. That part was $300 and we ended up paying, actually maybe it was less than $250 because he said we got a $60 discount. So maybe it was like $239. Anyway, that's why you should have an emergency fund for things like that, because it could have been a lot worse. I was like thinking, what if it's the system? You know, AC systems are a lot of money. And anyway, that's done. Now, Andres and I we split. He went to my grandma's to try and fix her reverse osmosis, and I'm sitting here at the vet. Mila just went in, so hopefully she's good to go and all checked out. I did notice her ears were a little bit dirty, so I'm gonna see if they recommend the same thing that we got for Lola when we first adopted her. I still have some at home, but I'm like, it was prescribed, so I didn't want to use Lola's stuff on Mila because it's not just like a generic cat ear cleaner. So I'm gonna see what they say, and yeah, they'll check out her little belly, make sure she doesn't have anything, make sure she doesn't have a temp, all that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of crazy that you don't, even for your pets, like, people are going to the regular doctor's office. Granted, a lot of physicians are doing telemed, but this is the second vet office that we've been to that they make you sit out in the car while they take your pet. It's kind of unnerving a little, right? But this vet's really good, so I'm not super worried about it. And yeah, that's what we're doing. I need to go grocery shopping today. We are very low on milk. We actually only have a few eggs. I pulled out my last 2 loaves of bread today, and we have 0 fruit, 0. And I used a bunch of my vegetables up today, so I need some fresh vegetables. Like, I don't have anything for salad, so I need to do that at some point today. We'll see. Tomorrow's Autumn's Meet the Teacher. Isn't that crazy? We're driving through, meeting the teacher. My life is going to be even more chaotic starting next week. It's crazy. Seriously, my heart just sank because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go respond to comments, right? Usually when I'm in the car just sitting doing nothing, really, I will try and respond to comments, answer questions and stuff for you guys, whatever, respond on Instagram. And I went to go look for the vlog, and I was like, oh my gosh, it didn't upload, what the heck? And I just remember, I'm like, why would not have uploaded? I was at the computer last night. I just remembered that I didn't have enough footage for a vlog for last night. Yesterday's vlog will go up tonight, but I just had like a little mini attack because I was like, what the heck happened? Darn, now I have nothing to do. We are home. Today has been a series of expensive events. The vet said Mila's fine, that she looks good, her incision looks good, her belly and everything looks good. She didn't even, she said her ears are just like surface dirty. She doesn't have an infection or anything, so she gave us some stuff over the counter to clean it with. And she did say though she has some crusty stuff around her eye and probably has an eye infection. So some erythromycin later, which under normal circumstances is very inexpensive. This one was not that inexpensive. So funny is the erythromycin is literally the exact same strength that we give babies for their eyes and thighs when they're first born. So yeah, this little tube of stuff was pretty expensive, but she needs it in her eyes for 3 times a day for the next 3 weeks, and hopefully it should get rid of it. Other than that, she said she looked great, so that is pretty exciting. One thing down. Now I need to go grocery shopping, and my handy buddy volunteered to go grocery shopping for me. However, I told him, I said, are you gonna stick to the $50 budget? He's like, maybe you should go. Because if he goes, he will for sure come back with stuff that is not on our grocery list. But so yeah, I still need to do that. And hopefully the day will be over. It hasn't been awful. Luckily, everything that we've kind of encountered so far has been easily fixable and nothing like super serious. All of the circumstances definitely could have been worse and more expensive, so I'm grateful for that, but it certainly has been. Oh, thanks Siri, I appreciate that. Hi, I see you. Hi. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, everybody. Go, I'm waiting to see you jump. There you go, yay! Whoa. All right, y'all are just gonna have to tolerate this for the end of the vlog because I'm trying to multitask here. I got the vlog up very early today. I actually scheduled it to go live at 10:30, around 8:45 when everyone was like finished, completely headed to bed. The big girls were in bed a little bit earlier than that. Autumn's the one that has been, my hair's stuck to this. Autumn's the one that has been in bed a little bit later than everybody else because she goes to bed right after Everly falls asleep, because what happens, they kind of mess with each other back and forth and they won't fall asleep right away if they're in the room together. So we either have to put Autumn down first and Everly second, or Everly first and Autumn second. It really just depends on Everly's schedule. Sometimes she has a later bottle, she doesn't go to bed till closer to 9, so then Autumn gets put in bed first. Eventually, as she gets a little bit older, they'll get to go to bed at the same time or very similar times, but right now it's just too hard to put them down at the same time. But we have been, it's been working out with them in the same room. They've been doing well, even for nap time and everything. It's been peachy, so that's great. This mask, if you're wondering, is the Glam Glow Super Mud. I love this mask. I've always loved this mask. I like it for pore refining, clearing out those nasty pores. It works really great with oily skin. You can see it starts dark and then it turns to this light gray color, and then you can see the oil being pulled from all the pores. Everything just looks, like I said, refined and minimized when I'm done with it. And so I've kind of been, I've only been doing this skincare routine for like a week, but it's been, I feel like, great to do something every couple of days as far as a mask, or I placed another order on Ulta, and I'm just gonna try a few different products to see what works with my skin best before I truly decide on what to, I can hear Lola, before I decide on what to stick with, or you know, what works best with my skin. So right now I've just been doing a sample of Sunday Riley oil cream at night, which has been working really well for my skin. The only problem is I'm still struggling with quite a bit of oil throughout the day, so still trying to figure that out. But anyway, mask. So I wanted to get on here. It is earlier. It is 11 something, 11:08. I'm coming up earlier and earlier every day to like do my night routine and stuff. It's just something that I've been enjoying doing, and it's been making a big difference in my overall mental clarity when I go to bed and how I wake up in the morning. It just makes me feel good. So I highly recommend doing a little something for yourself, even if it's not until you go to bed, because from the second I wake up, I think one of them just dumped their food. Hopefully Bella's. I have to keep her away from the cat food. It's bad. She will go at any length to get the cat food, and she's too old to be climbing cat trees. I truly forgot what I was talking about, so it must not have been that important. Seriously was just about to go look at the footage to remember what I was talking about. This is bad, you guys. I need something for memory. This is so bad. I'm only 33, right? 33, yes. Like, awful. Anyway, I was talking about from the second I wake up to I sit down to edit, my whole day is about the girls, which is totally fine. I'm a mom. That's my job. Okay, right now my job is to make sure they stay alive and they learn a little bit in 1st and 5th grade. That's my job right now, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. But it's not the only thing that should define me right now, and so I feel like taking a little bit of time away from them, or away from being with them throughout the day, is not selfish at this point. It's like helping everybody's relationship. So I try really hard to just take like a 20-30 minute. Melissa's calling me. Hold on.
Are you vlogging right now?
Oh wait, I was trying to FaceTime me. Yeah.
Put it on duo. Okay, I'll call you right back.
Okay, bye. They thought I would be asleep. I'm like, oh my gosh, it doesn't recognize me. My Face ID.
Oh, that. I was like a mask, like a face mask.
No,
Where
like
you go?
this kind of face mask.
I go.
And you know what's funny is that I just tried to get on my phone and it didn't recognize me.
It's like,
Oh, so you ended up
your
having to
face.
put the code in?
Yeah, I had to put the code in because it was like, no, it's not you.
I totally thought you were talking about like a regular mask. I was like, that's kind of weird.
It's been a little while since I vlogged, and I have yet to go wash off this face mask, but I wanted to finish up the vlog really fast before I go wash it off. You can see kind of what it dries into, how it takes the oil straight from your pores. Kind of gross, I know, sorry. But let me tell you guys what I was gonna say. I was reading the comments on the last vlog I had, not tonight's vlog, but the one before. And I actually got quite a few comments about when I was talking about my weight loss and how I was like kind of discouraged and stuff. I got quite a few comments about weight loss surgery. So I want to talk about it for a second. And nothing was negative, so like nobody, you know, think that I'm saying like, oh, just nothing but haters, because they weren't. Like most of them came from a genuine place. Like, why wouldn't you do this type of thing? So I thought I would talk about it because I haven't talked about weight loss surgery in a while. So for the longest time, ever since it really like came out and I knew it was a thing, and pretty much my whole adult life, I've thought like that would be great to have weight loss surgery and to be able to have that tool to lose the weight without, you know, having to work out constantly. And like, mind you, this is not how you should think, but this is what I was thinking for the longest time. Not have to work out constantly and not have to count your calories and like do all this stuff. Like, it just seems like an easier way to go. And I'm sure if you've had weight loss surgery, you're probably like, oh my gosh, it's not even like that at all. Well, as I got older and, you know, I looked more into it, did my own research, I'm realizing like what it truly is about. I know 4 people in my personal life that have had some sort of bariatric surgery, whether it's a gastric sleeve. I've actually, one of my friends has had the balloon. I forgot what they called it. It wasn't a sleeve, it was like the balloon, and the one that you could fill up and take out, I forgot what it's called. And then she had bypass, and another one had sleeve, and another one had full bypass. So my thoughts, and I'm not like judging either way. If it's something you would never do, cool for you. If it's something that you're 100% on board on, good for you too. Like, you guys know I try to stay very neutral. I really just don't care what other people do. It's none of my business, and I don't you always choose what's best for your life, right? Like that's the bottom line. I'm always an advocate of do what is best and what works well for you. But here's my thoughts on it. So I always told myself I knew I wanted to have babies, and I didn't know how many, but I knew I wanted to have babies, and I did not want to have any type of bariatric surgery while I was still considering getting pregnant. I've delivered several patients in my L&D career that had bariatric surgery of some kind, and their pregnancies always suffered for it. Whether it was a smaller baby, whether it was like huge weight gains, just a whole bunch of clinical issues, because your body just does not get as many nutrients as it does when you don't have bariatric surgery. Period. Point blank. You are on supplements for the rest of your life because your body, the reason you lose weight, your body is redirecting all of your nutrients to different places so that your body does not absorb fat or as much fat. So gastric sleeve is one that they say like, oh, well, it just shrinks your stomach. You know, you're still absorbing everything, but that's not true. You still have to stay on supplements. Nin's had gastric sleeve surgery, and you still have to take supplements. You still have really bad after effects, and you still can gain weight. You can lose it and gain it back. You can out eat all of these surgeries. So initially my whole thing was, when I'm done having kids, I would readdress the situation. We're done having kids. I know that's hard for some people to accept, but we're done having kids. And so now it's like, okay, I've struggled, right? I think a lot of us have struggled, but I'm starting to get back on track. But I've struggled, and I've had some self-doubt issues and things like that when it comes to my weight loss. And so why wouldn't I consider weight loss surgery at this point? I've done a lot of research. Like I said, I know people in my personal life that have gone through it. So I've had some ins and outs of, would you actually do it again? Was it worth it? And I have one person out of those 4 that has truly, truly said it was worth it. They have 0 regrets. Life-changing experience. That one person is only 1 year post-op. And the other 3 people are several years post-op or longer than a year, or several years post-op. And I don't know that they 100% would regret it, but it didn't turn out the way that they thought it would. I've seen tons of people, if you cannot correct your mentality on food, it's just, weight loss surgery is just a tool. It is not 100% cure. It's not 100% fix. If you don't put in the work behind it, it's not going to work for you. It's just not. You have to be able to control yourself when it comes to your eating. There are plenty of people that out eat their gastric sleeve, that eat what they're not supposed to, have really bad dumping syndrome and all kinds of stuff with the gastric bypass. It happens. And I think at this point in my life, for me to make that decision to completely alter my intestinal tract for however many years I'm going to live, I don't know what the long-term consequences of those things are. And for right now, I don't know that it's something that I would want to do. I may change my mind. It really just truly depends on how I can get a grasp. To me, I've lost weight in the past and I've gained it back. There's nothing worse. I mean, I'm sure there's worse things, but it truly feels so awful to lose weight, to gain it back. Because the feeling of losing the weight, you feel great. It's like this high, you're feeling so good about yourself, and then you gain it all back and you feel 10 times worse than you did when you were just big to begin with. And I've been there, done that. And honestly, I don't feel like my mind is in the right state of mind to be able to stay dedicated to eventually not out eat my stomach or eat the wrong things. And also I have a really, really sensitive stomach when it comes to vomiting. Andres has not vomited since he had too much Jack and Coke, probably a decade ago. I literally threw up probably like twice in quarantine, and I'm not even pregnant. Any little thing triggers, oh no, you know what? I threw up freaking Wingstop a couple weeks ago. Any little thing triggers me to vomit. I have an upset stomach. It not even like forcing myself to throw up. It just literally comes up. And that is my worst nightmare. Honestly, eating too much and throwing it up. And I got this size because I like to eat, right? If I didn't like to eat and I was able to stay healthy, I wouldn't have got this size. I feel like people who get bariatric surgery, if you don't change your mindset, you don't have that mental stability and the mental, what am I trying to think of? Like the willpower to continue on with it, it eventually is going to fail. Not everybody, I'm truly not like trying to deter anybody saying that I know it's the end all be all, what I know, absolutely not, because I'm sure there are some people out there that have had surgery that is like, oh, my mind was totally jacked up with food and I got the surgery and it was 100% cure for me. I'm sure it is. I don't trust myself enough to, not right now, not in this state of mind. I just would hate to like binge myself and then make myself sick, and who knows what the long-term repercussions of those things are. Also, the idea of losing your hair. And I already have hair loss issues, and the supplements, your skin texture changes, like everything, all those things. Is it worth it to just be thinner? Yes, you're being healthy, but your body is not absorbing all those healthy nutrients now. So maybe your diabetes or your hypertension or, you know, whatever goes away. But what are you giving up? What is it worth? Is the risk worth the reward type of thing? You know, I'm blessed right now, knock on wood, to be a healthy fat person. Does that make sense? I don't have any hypertension issues. I'm not diabetic. I don't have thyroid problems or anything like that. I probably will at some point. I'm not gonna lie. Diabetes runs on my dad's side of the family. Thyroid issues runs on my mom's side of the family. I may have issues later in life, but I don't right now. I'm in a semi-healthy state for being fat, okay? Let's just put it out there. Let's just say the word. It is what it is, you know? Because of that, I'm willing to give myself the chance to do it. I don't even want to say the right way, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying having weight loss surgery is the wrong way, because it 100% is absolutely not. If that's what's right for you, definitely do what's right for you. Just for me, I feel like in my mind, I'm thinking it's a quick temporary fix, and I would absolutely be 10 times more devastated, probably 1,000 times more devastated if I lost all this weight. I was feeling great about myself, you know, I want to get skin removal surgery or whatever in a year from now, because one of the girls that I know that got it, she's literally 1 year post-op in the last few days, and she has dropped half her body weight. Half in a year. And she looks great. She's not that much older than I am. She has a ton of loose skin, but all that can be fixed. But I'm looking for long term. Is that going to be like that for the rest of your life? Because I feel like people that lose weight naturally, whether it's like dieting, watching what you eat, going to the gym, whatever, you adapt that healthy lifestyle. It's not just like an instant. You learn how to control your eating habits. You learn to choose the right things. You learn to go to the gym because you know it's healthy for your body. You get used to those things, you learn, you adapt. Versus you get weight loss surgery and it's instant. Essentially, effortlessly. And I'm not ready for that. I'm not. I may. And I could be totally eating my words at some point in this weight loss journey. You know, maybe in the next few years, I may just be like, forget it. I need help. I need a tool. But for right now, I am going to give myself that chance to try and get my food under control and not to yo-yo and to make healthier choices and to work out, even though I'm not. But you know, I'm trying to give myself that option. So I got several questions about that. I thought I would just talk about it and tell you guys, you know, where I'm at, where my head is at in weight loss surgery. It's not totally out of my mind. It lingers there all the time, but it's just not something that I want to do right now necessarily. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go wash this off my face. Sorry you guys had to look at it for the last 15 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and we will see you tomorrow.